FM, 11:15 a.m. on the clock right now. Every Tuesday, 11:15, we have Spectrum on Tracks. And like I mentioned earlier on, today we are going to be talking about how to make reading fun again. And we're having a phone interview for today. Our guest, Ali bin Rashid, Director of Subsidiaries and Community Library, National Library of Malaysia. So if you have any questions for him, we are on Facebook Live right now at Tracks FM Official. So you can come over and say hi and also drop your comments and your questions on there. Good morning, Mr. Ali.
Good morning, DJL.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, and I feel excited this morning with Tracks FM experience. The excitement.
Wowza. And I understand that you are at the KL International Book Fair right now, right?
Yeah, but I'm the National Library staff.
Right. Okay, there we go. So I am particularly interested in this topic because I really, really love reading. And I agree that many kind of youths nowadays, they don't really enjoy reading as compared to probably 20 years ago. So, Mr. Ali, so why has reading seen a decline in the past years, especially amongst youth?
Thank you, DJ Els. First of all, thank you, Tracks FM and DJ Els, for the invitation to this morning's Spectrum station. And on behalf of the National Library, we greatly appreciate the opportunity given by Tracks FM. So, back to the question, we don't see the culture of reading in our society in decline, but the trend of reading that is beginning to shift to digital reading materials through increasingly sophisticated electronic devices. Basically, since 2015, Malaysians read an average of 15 to 20 books a year, compared to 5 books in 2008. This shows an increase in interest in reading until it becomes a yardstick to increase the literacy rate of the Malaysian people to 95% and among the highest in Southeast Asia. So, we could say that reading is in decline unless reading trends change, because they have an alternative to getting reading material anyway and at any time. They read through cell phone and other electronic devices in addition to physical books. But just what we are worried about it is our young generation is quite vulnerable to games and inaccurate information. Then they have to get the right sources. So ask the librarian. DJL. Yeah.
All right. So wait, basically, right? So because a lot of youths nowadays, we have access to internet and phones, like you mentioned, like computer and stuff like that. And they have more access to reading as well as compared to last time when it's just you get materials in the library and stuff like this, right? Why, in your opinion, do you think like it's declining instead of increasing?
Yeah, increasing decline. But we call the consequences of not reading with this. Yes, among the consequences, if we do not read, is you will be, number one, you lack of exploring new knowledge and wisdom. Number two, reducing the process of maturing the mind. Number three, lack of empathy abilities. Number four, lack of abilities for stress management and self-motivation, what we call it mental therapy. Books as a therapy of the mind and soul in our time of stress and loneliness. Number five, lack of imagination. Number six, lack of language proficiency and lack of focus and concentration. And number eight, lack of skill of controlling depression.
Agree. Yeah. So, what can be done by parents or guardians to get the youth to read more, like to take up reading as a hobby and stuff like that?
Okay, what parents can do is, number one, encourage children to own books and read books. Take them to the library, bookstores, or book fair that is taking place at the World Trade Center right now. Number two, practice reading with children. Hone your skill to be a good storyteller to children and their free time or before bed. It's always being by family before bed, isn't it? Number three, provide a comfortable and cheerful reading corner or family library. Number four, share the benefit of reading and tell them the disadvantage of using electronic equipment. And number five, make sure the book is always with you, especially in the car. They can read in the car as well as play the phone along the way. And the most important thing is, as a parent, we need to be a role model examples or beginners to the culture of reading at home. We will not be able to move the motorcycle or car if we do not start the engine first in. The wheel won't move if we don't push it. That's apparent as a motivator for reading culture at home.
Right.
Yeah.
There we go. So, Mr. Ali, I just want to ask you like something between like your personal opinion lah, okay? Between online books, like online materials, do you prefer online stuff, reading stuff online, or you prefer physical books?
Yeah, if you ask me personally, I like to read physical books than to online book. But because of our new generation is very familiar with the technology, that's why they can access all information through the technology by phone, Google, and etc.
Yeah.
So for me, I prefer to bring the book, feel something, the sentimental value.
Yes.
You
the
can smell the book.
There
You're a bookworm, isn't it?
I am.
You can smell the book.
You can feel the texture.
Bookworm.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. I think a lot of I mean, I'm giving away my age already, but I'm not that old lah. But I think a lot of people our era prefer physical books than online stuff, because online stuff is just like, it's testing my eyes, and it's like my eye muscles and stuff like that. We're from the same era. Okay, good to know. But yeah, we'll be taking a short break right now. Coming back, we'll be talking about more about the National Library and stuff like National Library of Malaysia. So we are on Facebook Live right now at Tracks FM Official, so you can come over and ask any questions you have for Mr. Ali. We'll be back in a bit. 11:25 a.m. on the clock right now, and if you're just tuning in, we are talking about how to make reading fun again. We have Mr. Ali on the phone lines to be telling us a little bit more about how to make reading fun again. So now, before we took the short break, we were speaking about physical books and like online materials, and which one do we prefer. Obviously both of us, because we read a lot, so we like physical books. But like articles and stuff like that, obviously it is easier to get access to it online nowadays, right? Yeah, there we go. But okay, so I work closely with 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds. So sometimes, over the weekend I'll ask them, hey, so what's your hobby? And I am very surprised that probably out of 10 students, like 10 kids, about 7 says, I like reading.
Wow, it's amazing.
It is amazing, right? It's so rare to find it nowadays.
They become the bookworm.
Yeah, the bookworm. There we go. But okay, so what are some avenues that the youth can use if they want to instill a reading habit within themselves?
Yeah. I advise that always close the books and libraries and take opportunities to visit book fair. Try e-books or using digital and audiobooks if you are not getting easy with physical books. Visit book fair to more choice and various type of books. And then register as library volunteers and library members. And friends with book lovers and those who love reading or bookworm. So you have to make DJ Els as your friends, because she is book lovers. And then we can make a book exchange with our friends and families. Create your reading corner before you create home library corner, and get involved with book review session, book talk, reading competition, storytelling online, and many more. Set in your mind, I like books, I love reading. Bangsa membaca, bangsa berjaya.
Right. There we go. So every morning, just tell yourself you like reading.
Yes.
I think I recently just bought 3 books. I think last week I bought, because I'm really into self-help books nowadays. So there's one book by Eckhart Tolle called The Power of Now. So I'm actually reading that. Yeah, have you read that before?
Yes, I had to read before.
Oh,
it's very good.
Is it very good? Okay, rate it, because I'm currently reading it, so I'm just starting. So rate it out of 10.
Yeah.
How much would you give it? 5, 6?
8.5.
8 point. Wow. Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Ali. No spoilers. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So So National Library, right? Tell us more about the National Library.
Okay, National Library is a federal department under Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture Malaysia, what we call it MOTAC. It's located at Jalan Tun Razak, Kuala Lumpur. It's very traffic jam there every day. And the National Library of Malaysia is established with objective to make available for the use of present and future generation a national collection of library resources. To facilitate nationwide access to library resources available within the country and abroad, and to provide leadership on matters pertaining to libraries, and to collect, conserve, and create standard bibliographic records for library material published in Malaysia. Among the service providers we have reference and research services, we have lending services for individual and bulk loan service, advisory and consultancy services. We have U-Library digital service and other electronic resources, AR and VR. Service to publisher, special needs service for audiobooks, large book and braille. Also, we have information and media literacy service and many more. And for information, DJS and for all Tracks FM listeners, for the statistic libraries in Malaysia, we're the only one, the National Library in Malaysia. And we have 4 community library at Bukit Damansara, Ayon Setiawangsa. We have at Bukit Makota Cheras and Book to You at Radia Bukit Jelutong. That is community library under National Library. Also, we have 340 state library, include the branch library, 1,086 rural libraries.
Wow.
And 1,097 special libraries, and 420 academic libraries, and then more than 10,000 school libraries all over Malaysia.
Wow, that's a lot of libraries.
But in the National Library is community library and rural library. That's we have 507 rural libraries under National Library, and others. And the rest of library is under state libraries.
There we go. Wow. So, yeah.
We also have the collection. It's very, very special. What we call it Malaysiana collection. We also have done Malaysiana collection, serials collection, Ray collection, commercial databases, and electronic media collection.
All right. So, okay, I have some of my friends, like they are going to do their PhD, their masters or their doctorate and stuff like that. So you can find that kind of services, right? That under the National Library of Malaysia, they provide services like this, right?
Exactly. We have a research librarian, DJS. We can help you until you get the information that you need.
Wow.
No, yeah,
right.
we help you.
Okay.
We assist you.
I'll let my friends know, so maybe you can help them out.
Yeah, it's a pleasure, DJ.
Yes, there we go. And okay, before we move on to the next question, just now you mentioned audiobooks, right, Mr. Ali?
Yeah.
So do you personally like audiobooks?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
you
very
do?
good audiobooks. Yeah, it's the way how you increase your to be a smart reader.
Oh.
Actually, audiobook is specialized to our special needs in our National Library to help others disability person to read. Because they can read, so we provide the audiobooks for them.
Okay, very cool. Because I have never ever done I've never gotten into audiobooks lah. But because I watched some YouTubers and they said audiobooks are way better than reading an actual book. So I'm like, really? I don't know. So that's why I need to ask you lah.
That's why all the librarians now they are publish audiobooks. That's why the librarians in National Library contribute to become the voice over to create audiobooks in the National Library. Okay. It's part of our contribution to our community.
So do you ever need another voice? Che, just kidding. But yeah, a lot of them said audiobooks help them because let's say an author voiced their own books, right? So they said they can feel what the author is writing.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, there we go. Thank you for that information. I think I'm going to try audiobooks lah.
Yeah, you have to try.
Yeah, I have to try. But if I voice it, I don't want to listen to it lah. Yeah, it's going to be weird. But all right.
To create the different mood of reading.
Yes, there we go. So coming back to some more questions about the National Library. So how could our Malaysian youths take advantage of the services the National Library provides? Because just now you mentioned so many services that is provided by the National Library. So how could they take advantage of it. So we all know now that you provide the PhD services and article services. So how could Malaysian youth, not even youth, even adults, take advantage of it, the services?
So the Malaysian youth can take advantage of library services in two ways. Namely, coming to the nearest library, including rural libraries all over Malaysia, or accessing our digital library through our portal www.upustaka.gov.my. From that, our Keluarga Malaysia can access more than 52 million information from various databases. And then don't forget to follow all PNN social media channels to get the latest information on our latest collection, services and activities provided. Ask our reference librarian and they will assist you until you get what you need. For recommended program, if you are unable to follow physically, then can follow us virtually on YouTube PNM TV channel.
Right, there we go. So just now, right, you mentioned about some book exchange. So does the National Library provide this kind of service? Like, let's say my home now is just full of books. I think I have more books than clothes. Haha, that's quite sad. But I think I have more books than clothes and I want to buy more books, right? But obviously, it's because I want to live like a sustainable minimalist life lah. So I want to exchange books. So does the National Library provide that kind of services?
Of course, the National Library provided especially the bulk loan services, especially for the organization or maybe focus on the family who don't have any budget to buy books. That's why we encourage our users to borrow the books in our branch, especially in the National Library of Malaysia. Because everywhere, library in Malaysia, they provided the interlibrary loan.
All right.
You have membership for families, members, instead of individual members.
All right.
You have to take advantage of that.
Yes.
So you can get more collection in your home library.
Yes. Okay. I'm definitely going to check that one out because I think I really need some new books and stuff like that. So before we take a short break right now, this one, what are some initiatives, right, that the National Library is championing to increase readership amongst the youth?
Okay. Other initiative that the National Library championing is to improve a bright variety of reading material for reading of all ages, especially youth. Provide digital information service through Upustaka portal. Giving book voucher 10 ringgit for more than 88,000 to youth under Semarak Membaca book voucher, then can redeem at 371 bookstores all over Malaysia. And Let's Read Together National Reading Campaign. Every year we held Let's Read Together. Active Readers Awards, storytelling courses, storytelling competition, digital exploration workshop all over Malaysia, especially for young adults. Provide a comfortable reading space and more interactive and up-to-date facilities such as AR, VR, makerspace, IT corners, a library volunteer club, intensify the promotion of library membership and promote family library campaign to our community. All these initiatives are not only to increase the number of readers, but to make Malaysia a reading nation by 2030.
Wow.
Let's read together, Malaysia.
Yes, let's read together. And some of these initiatives sounds really, really cool. I mean, because I'm a bookworm, so obviously everything sounds interesting to me. So when did you start like these initiatives? Like, was it 2 years ago or has it already been an ongoing initiative?
Ongoing initiative. It started long times ago. We continue to take these opportunities every week, every time, especially for digital exploration workshop. Giving book vouchers sponsored by Motec, Library Volunteer Club, and many more.
Right. Oh man, I really wish you were here in the studio today lah. Ali!
Yes, exactly, DJ. You bookworm. I'm a book lover.
Yes, exactly. So right now we're going to take a short break and we'll be coming back to talk more about how to make reading fun and also about the Kuala Lumpur International Book Fair. So stay tuned, 11:40 a.m. on the clock right now. We're talking to Mr. Ali bin Rashid, the Director of Subsidiaries and Community Library, National Library of Malaysia. We're talking about making reading fun again. So just now before the song break, we were talking about, some of the services that National Library provide, right? And, how many libraries are there. I've got also reading some comments out of Facebook Live as well. We have Jaya Raj who says, I'm an avid reader myself. Wow, you see, it's comments like this is really make me happy because people still read, you see. It's not irrelevant. So thank you so much for that comment. And coming back to some more of the National Library questions, because I do have my producer here. She's actually asking how do we register for the National Library? Like, do we do it online or do we do it physically?
You can do both physical and online. You can come to the National Library or at the branch in our booth in Pavilion. It's PWTC right now at its National Book Fair. Also, you can register online through our website www.pnm.gov.my.
Right, there we go. Also, like when someone borrows the book, right? So what's the duration of it? How long can we borrow the book?
One person can borrow 10 books for 1 month.
Oh, 1 month, 10 books. All right. Okay, that's a challenge.
One time.
Okay. Then obviously we have to pay fee after that, right? Okay. That's a normal library. So that's good. Thank you for that. But because I really want to know, and I want to make book reviews. So that's a good challenge for me. I should read 10 books in 1 month.
It's a great job, the book reviews.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yes, I've got my idea already. Thank you, Ali. But okay. So in your opinion, right, what is the best way to reintroduce the joys of reading? Because I'm so sorry, this is an information that no one really asked for. But I really love reading, and then I stopped reading, and then during the MCO I started reading again, and I realized that it was quite difficult to get back into the habit of reading. But after I did it for 21 days, and then I have to read every day.
That's great.
That's how I reintroduced myself to reading. So in your opinion, what is the best way to kind of reintroduce the joys of reading?
Okay, to evoke the pleasure of reading, we need to wisely choose reading materials that is appropriate of the right books, interactive, and perhaps a conducive and cheerful location to read. Besides that, we can provide a cheerful family reading space. Number one. Number two, reading together with your family and your friends, especially for book lovers or bookworm like DJL. Then you can visit a nearby library such as community library, branch library, or rural libraries. Number four, engage in library activities according to the theme provided. Visit bookstores and book fairs and learn to be a good readers and storytellers to others, and try a variety of book, reading material like the audiobooks, ebooks, picture book, large book, and so on.
Right.
So you can make a different way to read a variety of book reading material, and then you can reintroduce the joy of reading once again. And from that, we believe our future generation will become a smart reader, a bookworm, and make reading nation 2030 come true.
Yay!
Go Malaysia!
Yes, there we go. So you mentioned that pick reading materials that people enjoy and that is helpful.
Yes.
So in your personally Mr. Ali, so which is your favorite kind of genre, your book genre?
I like reading the motivation, and also the travel books.
Books.
Yeah, from the travel books, I can travel all over the world without a visit.
Yes, and that's exactly how it helps your imagination, right?
Yes. Exactly.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Because I also really like motivational books. I think that falls under self-help as well, self-enrichment or something like that.
Self-motivation,
I also quite enjoy that nowadays. It's like the in thing, right?
Yes. It's self-motivation and self-motivation to you. And you can control your depression, ability for stress management. That is what we call bibliotherapy.
Yes, all right. There we go. Okay, definitely check out self-enrichment, self-motivation. So, okay, just now we mentioned the Kuala Lumpur International Book Fair is currently going on until the 12th of June. So could you tell us a little bit more about this event and, the importance of it?
Okay, this is the 29th Kuala Lumpur Book Fair. Is taking place from June 3rd to 12th at World Trade Center KL from 10 a.m. till 10 p.m. KL Book Fair is a place for all publishers, authors, readers and players in the book industry to sell and obtain reading materials for Malaysians, especially around the Klang Valley. It is also a long-awaited party to get a variety of reading materials at a great offer price from all publishers, apart from meeting the authors indirectly. Then this KL Book Fair is one of our efforts to invigorate or intensify the culture of reading among our community, especially for those who miss physical books. However, digital reading material are also promoted to add alternative reading material in addition to physical books. For your information, DJL, PNM also opened a pavilion to approach visitors to register as library members, promoting the latest services, sales of books published by PNM, including reading activities for children and teenagers. And I promote to you, come visit PNM Pavilion at lot 3251, third floor, Dewan Tun Razak, WTC.
Yay.
Come and joining us. There's 1,000 million books waiting for you.
Okay, all right. I am now motivated to go. When is the best time? No crowd. Okay, Ali, come on. Give me some hints.
Yeah.
Give me some hints. When is no crowd?
Now, it's very, very, very packed right now. So you have to go every time, everywhere until 10 p.m. After this, DJS, you can come.
Okay.
After we finish on air.
Oh, wow. Okay. So I finish work and I go there. All right. So will there be more events like this? And will there be more events you'll be organizing by the National Library of Malaysia? Will there be more like Kuala Lumpur International Book Fair? Maybe a Selangor Book Fair will be good as well. Yeah.
The State Library will organize the book fair instead. So all the book lovers can visit and follow their Facebook, their website to get information about the book fair organized by the State Library.
Right. So where can they get more information on that?
Yes.
Where? At PNM?
At PNM and also on the State Library's website.
Right, there we go. Thank you so much. I'm going to definitely follow that. And okay, so this is totally, I want to know lah. Okay, I want to know. Have you, Mr. Ali, ever dreamt about being an author?
Being an author for what?
Yeah, being a writer lah, let's say. Have you ever thought or dreamt about being a writer yourself? Have you?
Yeah. Yes.
Wow. So why don't you publish it?
Just now, we have launched a book, Baca. It's organized by Persatuan Pustaka Malaysia. I'm one of the writers for the topic of what is the library.
That's very cool. Wow.
What we have discussed just now, that is what I'm share with our community, books about Baca.
Okay. So let's say if I want to write something, then can I publish it via PNM?
National Library is not authorized as a publisher.
Okay.
So you can find the other publisher to make sure that your publication will publish to the community. And we will help you because we also have Dana Penulis. If you want to publish your publication, books, maybe you can try Dana Penulis to get some fund. To publish your books, actually.
Right, very cool, very interesting. So, is there any restricted just for the English language or Mandarin or any kind?
Yeah, any kind of books.
Okay.
Especially for the new authors or new writers like you, DJL. Let's try.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try. I'll try to write something lah. All right. So, is there anything else that you would like to tell our listeners before I let you go for today?
Okay, DJ. So libraries will continue and remain relevant as the role of libraries will be continue to move in line with the current technology. Librarians will continue to remain agent of change in development of knowledge and culture of reading to the community, even though much information is available through Mr. Google.
Mr. Google.
Google can bring you back 400,000 answers. A librarian can bring you back the right one. If our listener would like to get any of our latest physical and digital information material as well as advice service in reading, do not hesitate to contact us or follow PNM social media channel. Please surf www.pnm.gov.my or www.upustaka.gov.my.
All right. Thank you.
For DJS, I would like to wish Happy Librarians Day to all Malaysian librarians, which is celebrated yesterday, 6 June. Happy Librarians Day.
Wow, Happy Librarians Day to everyone.
And happy to all bookworms.
Yes, happy Bookworm Day to everyone, including you, Mr. Ali. Oh my goodness.
You, DJL.
I really wish I could, I really wish you were in the studio with us today, because definitely there'll be more questions I want to ask you. And but I guess I'll just see you at the Kuala Lumpur International Book Fair lah.
Yeah, of course. See you there at the National Library Pavilion.
Yes.
251.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much for your insights today. Talk to you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, bye.
Experience the excitement.
Yes, there we go. Thank you so much. Bye.